Greetings, you permeating masses. My name is Graham, and welcome to the Crack-A-Pack here on LRRMTG. Please consider subscribing to the channel. Today we are opening a pack of Eldritch Moon, which has a note duct taped to the back of it that I could not remove. After watching y'all be subjected to so many packs of Homelands, I figured I should give you a pack from the set, which, watching y'all play, finally convinced me to spend money on Magic cards again. From Jacob E.H. Thank you, Jacob. This is really on there, so it's just on there forever now. There. Great. First up, Waxing Moon. 1 and a green for an instant. Transform up to 1 target werewolf you control. Creatures you control gain trample until end of turn. That would still work. You could still use that on your daybound and nightbound werewolves. That's kind of cool, actually. I wonder how confusing it would be to pilot a werewolf commander deck with both kinds of werewolves. Maybe I should find out. Moving on. Drag Under. 2 and a blue for a sorcery. Return target creature to its owner's hand. Draw a card. Great. That's totally the kind of thing you like to see. At least I do. But that's because of the person that I am. Borrowed Grace is 2 and a white for an instant with Escalate. I had totally forgotten that this was a mechanic. Pay this cost for each mode chosen beyond the first. So it's 2 and a white, and then you get to choose one of these things. Or you can escalate, which is you pay the extra amount to do an additional one of these things. In this case, there's only one additional option, but some of the escalate cards had multiple extra options. So it's creatures you control get +2/+0 until end of turn, or creatures you control get +0/+2 until end of turn for 3 mana. For 5 mana, both. Sure. Weirded vampire. Weirded vampire. This vampire's gone all weird. This vampire's got stalks and tentacles and stuff coming out the back of it. Man, Innistrad rallied from the Eldrazi pretty well, but this was a bad chapter. 3 and a black for a 3/3 vampire horror with Madness. Oh yeah, this had Madness. 2 and a black, and Madness, as a reminder, is if you exile that card, if you contrive a way for yourself to exile that card, then you can play it, you can just cast it for its Madness cost, which is generally, almost always I would say, cheaper than its typical mana cost. So it's just a 3/3. It's not, I don't remember this one because it's just a 3/3 vampire for 4 or a 3/3 for 3, neither of which are staggering cards, but here we go. It of the Horrid Swarm. Love Eldrazi names. It's a 4/4 for 8. Don't love Eldrazi mana costs. 4/4 for 8? Let's keep reading. When you cast It of the Horrid Swarm, put 2 green 2 1/1 green insect creature tokens. Where did that come from? What short-circuited in my poor addled brain to make that happen? When you cast it, you get 2 1/1 green insects. But here's the trick. Emerge. You may cast this spell by sacrificing a creature and paying the emerge cost reduced by that creature's, in this case, now mana value. So, you can just pay 8 of any mana, and you get this 4/4 with 2 1/1s. It's fine. It's expensive. But you can emerge, so you can pay 6 and a green and sack a creature, and then that 6 is reduced by the mana value of the creature that you sacrifice. So if you have Weirded Vampire, sacrifice Weirded Vampire, and then you're only paying 3 mana for this. Maybe that's better. The other side of Borrowed Grace, it's Borrowed Malevolence. It's a single black mana for an instant. Choose one or both. Target creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Target creature gets -1/-1 until end of turn, and the escalate cost is 2 generic mana. So for 3 mana, you get to do both of those things. So, sure. Faithbearer Paladin. 4 and a white for a 3/4 human knight with lifelink. Yay! What a straightforward creature. Enlightened Maniac. You know, that Maniac's making some solid points. I think we should give him a listen. 3 and a blue for an 0/2 human. When Enlightened Maniac enters the battlefield, put a 3/2 colorless Eldrazi horror creature token onto the battlefield. Flavor text. At last, proof that it's not all in my head. It could be both. It could be both. Field Creeper. It is 2 mana for a 2/1 artifact creature scarecrow. Cause sometimes you just need a 2/1 for 2 in any color. Sure. Haunted Dead. I recall liking this one. 3 and a black for a 2/2 zombie. So not amazing, but wait, there's more. When Haunted Dead enters the battlefield, put a white spirit creature token with flying onto the battlefield. Okay, it's a 2/2 on the ground and a 1/1 in the air. That's actually not bad for 4 mana. But wait, there's more. 1 and a black and discard 2 cards. Return Haunted Dead from your graveyard to the battlefield, tapped. So 2 mana and discard 2 cards, and as previously established, discarding a card can be a benefit to you. So this is a madness enabler that gets you a ground body and a 1/1 flyer. I like Haunted Dead quite a bit. Crop Sigil. Right, I forgot. They've got Eldrazi crop circles. I forgot this card existed. I love that they just have a crop circle on Innistrad. Single green mana for an enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may put the top card of your library into your graveyard. And then it has Delirium. So Delirium means you check what's in your graveyard, and if you have 4 or more different card types among cards in your graveyard, then you have Delirium. So land, creature, instant, sorcery, enchantment, artifact, planeswalker, tribal, technically. Anyway, Delirium for 2 and a green and sacrifice Crop Sigil. Return up to 1 target creature card and up to 1 target land from your graveyard to your hand. Activate this ability only if etc. etc. if you have Delirium. Sure. Uh-oh. We made the Stitch Wings better. Now we have an advanced Stitch Wing. Alternate joke. I'm sorry, it's gotten worse. You have advanced Stitch Wing. 3 blue for a 3/4 zombie horror with flying. For 2 and a blue and discard 2 cards, return advanced Stitchwing from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. So there you go. That is advanced. Now it's a madness enabler. Terrific. And then we have a rare and a flip card. The token is the Eldrazi horror token that we talked about earlier, the checklist card for all the double-faced cards. Back when there were so few double-faced cards, you could fit them all in one checklist. Let's do our double-face card first, because it's an uncommon. We have the Conduit of Storms. So 2 and a red for a 2/3 werewolf horror. Whenever Conduit of Storms attacks, add red to your mana pool at the beginning of your next main phase. And then 3 red, transform Conduit of Storms. So that's interesting. This is a werewolf that doesn't transform the way the new ones do with Daybound and Nightbound. And it also doesn't transform the way the old ones do with the casting the 2 spells and the 1 spell. This is it's a werewolf, but it transforms by, you pay for it. And then it turns into the Conduit of Emrakul. Oh boy. It's a 5/4 Eldrazi werewolf. That's terrifying. Whenever Conduit of Emrakul attacks, add colorless to your mana pool at the beginning of your next main phase this turn. Wow, I don't remember this card at all. That's great. And finally, our rare Stromkirk Occultist. 2 and a red for a 3/2 vampire horror with trample. Whenever Stromkirk Occultist deals combat damage to a player, exile the top card of your library. Until end of turn, you may play that card. And it has madness for 1 and a red. Cool. It has been so long since I drafted this set that I cannot remember remotely what's good or not. I like the look of Haunted Dead. The advanced Stitchwing seems pretty cool. Conduit of Storm seems alright. Probably just Stromkirk Occultist. So I don't really know how you're getting through with it and having it live. But probably just take Stromkirk Occultist. I don't know. I truly don't know what's correct here. Value-wise, the whole pack comes in at around $1.46. Nothing really standing out value-wise there, but hey, again, $1.46 is better than some normal Magic packs we've had, so not bad. All right, so Conduit of Storms and Waxing Moon. We'll just set those aside and we'll start building that deck. Yeah. All right, that's going to do it for the Crack-A-Pack for today. Thanks again to Jacob for giving us this pack of Eldritch Moon and the traditional response whenever someone tells us that we got them back into Magic or into Magic for the first time is, "You're welcome, I'm sorry." So, cheers for that. If you want to send us a pack, you absolutely can, if you so desire, to the address upon your screen. And it behooves me to remind you, of course, that everything we do, including this show, is brought to you by you and your kind support of our Patreon at patreon.com/loadingreadyrun. Thank you so much for letting us do what it is that we do. Until next time, I've been Graham. James is over there. Matt does the edit. Heather gets these online. Thank you all for watching. Goodbye.